Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In this one we are going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis, technical analysis over on Genius Group, ticker GNS, because it is a big mover today, being down over 8% as we're recording this. So what are key support and resistance levels we can be paying attention to, and kind of just key levels in general that I'm looking at over on GNS. So right now we're sitting at 360. We'll quickly go over the supports because obviously we are a bit more in a pullback zone at the minimum, if not an overall reversal. So from a support side, we have 217 as a key support. Now this one I quite like for two reasons. Because firstly, the 221 is our first deviation, statistical mean over on the 6 month. So this left chart is the 6 month, on the right we have the 1 year. And not only is it statistical mean, but it is also a gap fill location from when we did the previous big gap. So coming into here, again, if I'm holding the stock short, this is going to be my key target. I'm not looking to hold short past this level, but it is also a level where I may potentially get a day trade long. Again, I wouldn't be swinging this level because it is coming into a fair value zone, but considering it's a gap fill and a statistical mean, you're going to most likely see profit taking coming into this level. So at the minimum, I would expect to see a bounce, and that's why there is definitely a potential day trade long coming into this level. Now, if we start to break it, we have our next statistical mean at 73 cents. Now, like you know, if you've been watching this channel before, between the areas of statistical mean, I don't like to trade. And the reason for that is if I'm trading off technicals, which if you're trading small caps, it's usually just going to be off technicals. Technicals, I want an edge. And my edge is, buying when it's very overbought or oversold from a standard deviation perspective. So I don't have an edge buying within this area because this is where, from a technical perspective, the stock value should be. So I don't trade within that range, and that's why, again, if I'm trading this long off the 217 or 220, I'm taking it as a day trade, and again, I'll probably have quite a tight stop because, again, it is coming into a fair value, so I don't really want to be trading too much here, but there is a good chance of a bounce, so I'll just look to trade that temporarily. Now, if we start to break that 73 cents, we do have support level, one support level going down to, because that's actually negative. So from a standard deviation perspective, we have no supports. So you can see this first deviation over on the 6 month is negative 45 cents. Obviously, we cannot trade into the negative. So no supports from a standard deviation perspective. So whenever I see this, really, I will never trade these stocks long bias coming into the lows because, again, it's more of a gamble. If you're buying, at 30 cents, yeah, there is a good chance, you'll make money on it if it goes up. But it's where's your stop going, where's your target going, because really there is no reason for entry. It's just you're buying at a low, you're expecting some sort of a squeeze. And that's usually the trade plan behind it. And I don't want to be left bag holding. So usually I just won't trade anything like that. But if you did want to support, obviously the 30 cents going to be that 52 week low. So definitely be paying attention to that. And then the 25 cents big psychological level, maybe a potential level. But really, I think it's just going to be easier to look elsewhere and trade something else than trying to force trades at these lows. So those are the supports I'm paying attention to. Now quickly onto the resistances. What else am I paying attention to? So 415 and 490, these are our first deviations on both the 6 month and the 1 year chart. Now what you can see is obviously we started to pull back, we bounced off this level, and we've now fallen back down, retested it as a resistance and confirmed it, and now selling off. So what this basically does, and if you watch any of these analysis videos, this is what we're always looking for: a test of the level, bounce, come to break through, retest, and then the trend. So really this just tells us, this is confirmed to us more than likely we are going to go down to 270 or 220 now. So that's really my main target. I'm very short bias over on GNS because, again, it's giving us that confirmation signal. So that's what I'm paying attention to. But again, these are resistances. If we come back into it, be watching for selling pressure coming into these levels. And where I would actually be looking to take trades is from this 750 and above. So from this level, again, does it offer options? Yes, it does. So this can make the stock a lot easier to trade because you can be looking to trade it through credit or debit spreads coming into those levels, and again, then you don't have to be as sensitive on time. A strategy I tend to do on a lot of these small caps, when you have the AMC move, the Bed Bath and Beyond moves, GameStop moves, when these kind of moves happen, if you really expect them not to stay at that level, you know, going a week or a month into the future, trading them through a credit debit spread is usually quite a good and viable option because it's a one-to-one risk to reward, and you can kind of pick the expiry time on it. If he did break high though, more levels I'd be paying attention to be short buys would be the $10.15, the $11, the $12.85 and the $14.40. So again, when I'm looking at stocks like this, the resistance is really the main things I'm paying attention to, and that's usually what I'll stay patient for. I'll wait until they're up, you know, 50, 100% in the day when they just get their random short squeeze, and then I'll usually just hit them with options. Very rarely I'll trade a stock or these small caps that don't have options unless I'm only looking to day trade. But again, it's quite rare that you can catch these now with the outright shorts, depending on the broker obviously, because you got to get the short locates. A lot of the time they're hard to borrow, and even if you can get the short locates, they tend to just be very expensive, and sometimes I just don't prefer the risk to reward on them. But anyway, that is the breakdown on GNS. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe and check out this analysis video.